be, I'm going to start recording right now. Unless you guys don't want me to record. Anyone here not want me to record again? I'll just end the recording and we don't have to record any more group chats. I bought this shirt on Amazon. And just type in like custom shirt and they send it to you. Okay, all right, I'm recording it. All right, let's see. So we're going to get that. All right, guys. So let's dive right into it just so we can have a full group chat. Why? Because it's the beginning of the month. It's also the second part of the year. You guys understand the first part of the year is gone. First part of the year is done. The first? No. Is that right? Or is this the after this month? January, February, March, April, May. All right, this is the last month. I'm a month off. Almost halfway through the year. We're almost halfway through the year. And then we got the second part of the year, and that's it. Then we're done. So we want to get stuff cranking. So when 2020 rolls around and you're sitting there on January 1st, you have had massive momentum. You've moved forward. It's not just another year of stagnation. But as you guys know, because you're only a series of actions away from having the results you want in this business, and because everyone here can make $1,000 a week in profit, as long as you keep taking action daily, keep coming on these group chats and or going through training. I know some people that come on these group chats all the time because I see you guys because I'm usually on these group chats. So I know you guys are always learning. And there's actually some people that they don't come on any group chats, but they go through a lot of the videos in the back office. So they use that to level up. And I can see, because I can log into the back office, next level, and I can see what percentage of the course everyone's gone through. So, you know, when someone's struggling and they can't figure out why their ads aren't sticking, and I go log into the back office and they've been in the, you know, next level for, 4 months, and they've gone through 3.5% of the videos. Well, that's kind of why. Let me post the link here for. Feel free to join. All right, so we're going to post that, and then we get right into it. The good news, though, is you keep coming on trainings, go through the trainings you guys have in the back office, keep taking action daily, you will get better. Some of you guys that have even just started off, maybe there's some people here who just started off like a week ago. If you've been taking action daily, you've probably seen your business get a little bit better. Whether it was going from 3 to 5 leads a day to 8 to 10 leads a day, whether you're closing 1 out of 10 people, we got to shut that off. 1 out of 10 people or 1 out of 20 people to 1 out of 10 people and 1 out of 15 people, you're just going to get better every day. Just like over the summertime when I realized I wanted to lose some weight, I'm not going to go to the gym and expect to be down 70 pounds overnight, even though that would be kind of cool, right? Anyone here think it'd be cool to be able to lose 70 pounds overnight of all fat, all in a healthy way, right? Some of you guys, I don't care now, but that'd be kind of cool, right? But we know how the real world works, just if like you wanted to lose weight, just if you wanted to get good at playing the piano, just if like you wanted to get good at phone flipping, it's not going to happen overnight. Day by day, consistent action, getting a little bit better, massive amounts of action, posting ads, negotiating, going through training, and repeating that process over and over and over and over again. So that's it, guys. We're going to do the live negotiating just like we did on Thursday. So there's not going to be any introduction here. It's just I'm going to be the customer. You guys are going to be the phone flipper. And I want everyone here to respond how you would normally respond if someone was messaging you. And then we'll go through it line by line. I want everyone here that can participate. I'm sure there's a percentage of people at work. I know we got a fair amount of people on this call now. I'm Rick, Arthur, Chris, Kennedy, Frank, Jamie, Nate the Great, Sam, Justin. And we'll usually have a few other people because usually we get 15, 20 people in. So I know some of you guys at work are driving, but if you can participate, I want everyone here to participate. Because if you're saying some wrong stuff, I want to correct it so you mess up with me and you don't mess up with the customer and you make the money, okay? If you're at a level 6, let's say with negotiating, you're going to make mistakes before you get to a 7, an 8, and a 9, and then even a 10 if there's such thing as like a perfect 10. It's better to make some mistakes on this group chat and let's get you leveled up like maybe 1 point, maybe it's 1 point, right? So maybe on this group chat, we fix a couple things and we get you leveled up like a point. It's better to have that here than when you're in the field, than when you're in the trenches, than when you're nose deep in the apps. Okay. And make a mistake there. Now, when you're negotiating with people, you're still going to make some mistakes because it's a learning curve. You're going to go through a learning phase. But let's get some of that out of the way here. So I want everyone here to respond, even if you're not sure what to say. Everyone here, give me a 1 if you made a commitment that on this group chat today, you're going to respond to every single thing we do. You're going to make a response to every single thing. Because it's better for me to see what's going on and me to critique it. And sometimes we say stuff that's good, but it's like, it might be a line you said that's good, but it just needs to be tweaked a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that tweak here. So again, when you get in the field later today, tomorrow, whenever, next time you have a negotiating, you're just a little bit better. You're not going to go from 0 to 100 because that's not possible. But we can level up. We can go over some points that are fundamentals that are important. Hopefully, level up a couple things. All right, let's dive into it. We're just going to get right into it, guys. So, guys, I'm the customer. I'm hitting you up on Marketplace, and I need you to tell me. We're just going to do C. Let me shut that. Boom, 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 boom. I just need you guys to tell me what you're going to say. Hi, is this item still available? You. I'm the customer. I hit you up on Marketplace. I said, hi, is this item still available? What's the next thing you're saying? I got to know. Fantastic, Nate. Frank, hi, what's up, Annie? Fantastic. Superman says, yes, it is. What do you have? Chris, yes, have something for sale. Yes, what do you have? So I like to say, yes, have something for sale. Just seems a little bit friendlier. I don't like to say, what do you have? I know, let's see. Why don't I like to say it? It sounds like a little too strong. I know they're hitting me up because they have something for sale, so I just want to acknowledge it. Now, you could say, hey, when you say, hey, what do you have? It kind of leads the conversation. So either or is fine. This is kind of more of like a feel of like a soft phrase. I just like it a little bit better. Both are fine, though. Both are fine. Both are good. And Sam, I wouldn't say yes, it is. I would just say yes, comma, what do you have? That way we get more to the nuts and bolts. Yes, it is. What do you have? I mean, it's just a couple more words. It's obviously not going to make or break it. But because we want to get to the nuts and bolts, use the least amount of words as possible, unless of course, it's unless of course it's the example we're going to go on right now. So, customer. Okay, great. So let's see. Oh, guys, we're going to make it a little tricky now. Okay, fantastic. Oh, boy, I hope you guys are ready. Okay. Oh, I don't know if you... Anyway, I have an iPhone 8 Plus that's in perfect condition, been in an OtterBox the entire time. Oh, guys, we did the curveball. So I'm the customer says, okay, fantastic, with a something right there. Hope you're having a good day with a something right there. Anyway, I have an iPhone 8 Plus that's in perfect condition, been in an OtterBox the entire time. What do you pay for these? What do you pay for this? Whatever. I need to know what you guys are going to say is. What are we going to say to this? All right, we're going to wait a sec. We're going to get some responses. And if anyone here is just jumping on, we're doing a live negotiating. So I'm the customer here. So I'm saying something, and I want you guys to respond how you would respond to kind of what I'm saying. And if you're just jumping on, I want you to participate. So you just write in the chat what you would respond. The customer said this. We responded with this. The customer said this, and I want to know what you said here. And we go line by line like this. Nate says, okay, great. Anything wrong with it? Chris says, cool. Thanks. I hope you're having a good afternoon too, smiley face. Is there any issues with it? Question mark. Sam says, yes, I am. I hope you're doing good also. Sounds like you took great care of it. Which company is it with? And I see what you did there, Sam. All right. Thank you. I am. All right. Oh, I like that, Jamie. Okay. Hope you're doing well. Okay. So you guys all did very good. Pretty much we're going to make Nathan's response a little bit better. But you guys all did something very good. What you guys did is you acknowledged the fact that she's talking a lot, or the guy's talking a lot. I don't know. Usually guys don't use smiley faces with me. Whoever it is, doesn't matter. You're acknowledging the fact that they're using an exclamation mark. They're using a smiley face. They're using some pleasantries, right? So one of the things we do is we mirror the type of person they are. So if they say 8+, how much? We would say, any problems with it? If they say, good afternoon, I have an iPhone 8+, how much do you pay for these? Then we would mirror the type of tone and say, good afternoon to you as well. Is there any problems with it? Because people like themselves. So people that are right to the point, they want someone that's right to the point. The worst thing you could do when someone says 8+, how much, or let's say iPhone 8+, how much, is respond with, oh, hope you're having a good day, smiley face. The weather is great, isn't it? I would love to earn your business. When you say a bunch of junk like that, this person's done with you because they just want to get right to the point. With this person that's saying good afternoon, this is how they talk. And, you get people that talk like this. Some people are friendly. Some people they're just kind of brought up to talk like this, so this is how they talk. Some people talk like this. Sometimes, I don't say it's older people, but sometimes like older people, they'll text you in an email style format with these kind of pleasantries, so we want to mirror it. So, let's see. So I like what Sam said. Sam, I like that. That's very good. All your guys' responses are very good, except Nathan's, of course. We want to have a couple pleasantries in here. But something along the lines of, my day's going great. Hope yours is too. Sounds like you took great condition of your phone. Any idea which company it's with? So why are we doing this? We are doing this, and who did this very well? Let's see. So Sam did this very well because Sam kind of acknowledged each of these points, right? What we want to do is we really want to get right to the point and figure out what phone they have. But we don't want to ignore them if they're taking time and energy to say nice things. Good afternoon. Hope your day is going good. Stuff like that. We want to acknowledge it so they feel like we're putting in the same amount of effort as they are. But then we do need to lead the conversation and get right to the point. So what Sam said, he said, yes, I am. I hope you're doing good also. So he acknowledged it. He said, hey, my day's going good. I hope yours is doing good as well. It's kind of a pleasantry, right? It's just kind of how it is. Like David Kosciuszko will call me. David Kosciuszko calls me on the phone. He'll call me on the phone and it's, hey, what's going on, Aaron? And say, hey, nothing much, David. How are you? So we kind of have that. We have some pleasantries. We hang out for a little bit. And then, 20, 30 seconds in, we get right to business. Or sometimes, he'll tell me he bought a new house or he's going on vacation or this stuff. Or, I'll tell him a little bit about what I'm doing. And then we kind of get down to business. So we're mirroring each other. So we got to do the same thing. Now, of course, David's fucking master negotiator, so he has a lot of this stuff kind of internalized. We want to do the same thing. We're acknowledging this, and then I like what Sam said. Because this person's kind of talking a lot, we kind of want to talk a little bit as well. And when they say, whenever someone says something like, my phone's in perfect condition, I kept it in an outer box the entire time. I had this, I think a lady like last week, she said, oh, I got this phone, I've had it for 2 months. It's in perfect condition. I have it in a Pelican case. I only take it out. I only take it out of the case to clean it. What is she implying by that? She's taking a lot of pride. First of all, she's talking a lot, and she's taking a lot of pride in the fact that she keeps her phone clean. So we want to acknowledge that. We don't even have to, even if they say like 1 or 2 sentences like I said, we don't have to say 1 or 2 sentences, but by saying something along the lines of, sounds like you kept your phone in great condition, we're kind of acknowledging the fact that that she took all this effort to say that she has pride of the condition of her phone, and we're acknowledging that. Doesn't have to be the same length, but a few words makes a big difference, and it makes them feel good, if that makes sense. Let's see what Jamie said. Thank you, exclamation mark. I'm having a great day. That's a great phone in perfect condition. By chance, you know what companies are. So that's pretty good, Jamie. I mean, that's not bad. I might tweak it a little bit, just kind of more like this. You know, where it's my day's going great. Hope yours is too. This is a little bit more nuts, right to the point. But overall, it's what you guys, let's see, Frank. Sounds like, oh, I like what you said, Frank. Oh, very good, Frank. So Frank is 10 out of 10. Perfect condition part. Woo, blew that one. Well, it's all good, Nathan. That's why we do this. We do this so we can see what, you know, the holes in the bucket, and we can literally plug the holes in the bucket fucking live on chat, and then you'll have this information for the rest of your career in every message negotiation you do moving forward. That's why this stuff is so powerful. Yep. Well, no worries. All right, so let's see. So that's kind of that lesson, but very good. My day's going great. Hope yours is too. And I like how a lot of you guys included the exclamation mark and smiley faces. Normally, we would not do that. We would normally never mirror a smiley face. However, when they put a smiley face, it's okay to use that to mirror. When they put exclamation marks, that's okay. Why do we not put smiley faces, exclamation marks, or kissing emojis or that stuff normally unless they do? Because that shows emotion, and emotion takes a fair amount of effort, and we never want to use anything. We never want to convey any signs that show that we have a lot of effort if the customer doesn't, because that makes it seem like we're more invested in the conversation than they are. If we're conveying more effort than they are, that puts us in a needy frame, and the customer will then subconsciously think, oh, this person's very invested in the conversation. Let me try to get the most money out of them that I can. They won't ever be able to articulate it, but of course, since you guys are on this chat with me and I have a very deep understanding of this, you guys kind of have a core understanding of why that is as well, and that's why we don't do this stuff. But when the customer is doing it, it's okay, because then it's rapport building, and then we're exerting the same amount of effort they are at that point, which actually builds rapport without exerting more effort. You guys understand that? Very subtle point, very, 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 very powerful, because that kind of dictates the underlying frame or the underlying energy of the entire conversation. So, my day's going great. Hope yours is too, customer says. Sprint. We're going to keep it simple. Yes. Oh, hold on. Let's see. We're going to put this up. Thanks. And yes, it's with Sprint, because this is how someone like this would talk. Okay. Someone give me something. What are we responding to? I got to know. And for those of you that are just jumping on, we're doing a live negotiating training. So I'm the customer. You guys are you. And I just want you to respond how you would respond to someone like this. So we are at this point now, and now we're getting to, I'm not sure which part of the negotiating we're getting through. We're going to see what comes in. So whatever your guys' response is, just let me know in the chat. Oh, damn. You guys are freaking, oh, shit. You guys are good. You guys are good. All right, we're going to wait another minute or two, and then I want to see a bunch of responses. What's up, Yosef? Mr. Will. Matt, Juan, good to see you guys here. Okay, so I got an offer from Superman. Yeah, so Nathan, that previous response was good. I wouldn't put the smiley face next to the exclamation mark. I'll just put like the exclamation mark, but that response is significantly better. No worries, Juan. All right, so I like what you guys said. Okay, so normally the script says awesome or okay, great. I use okay, greats a little bit more now. So let's say, okay, great. I can give you. However, a lot of you guys are getting very good at the subtle stuff because I got, actually, let's just do awesome. These are both good. Awesome just has a little bit more energy. So we might even people that are more energetic and use more emotions use awesome because it just has more energy. And okay, greats for just kind of like, medium people or people that are right to the point. So it's awesome. Now, I like what you guys did. Chris. And who else did it? Superman, what you guys did was very good because you guys put an exclamation mark here. Now you say, Aaron, hold on now. The script in the back office says I'm supposed to say awesome. I can give you 200 for it, whatever it is. It's supposed to say this. So why the heck am I putting an exclamation mark? Because we are adjusting the script slightly based on the other person's personality, and because this person's personality is bubbly and upbeat and they have exclamation marks, we're going to mirror that. Now, so we put the exclamation mark here to mirror theirs. Now, I want to ask an advanced question. Why do we put that? This is very advanced. Why do we put the exclamation mark after awesome and not at the end? Why is it not like this? So why is this one a bad example? Wrong. So this is wrong. This is right. All right, this is like very advanced stuff. But once you guys understand all these kind of subtle psychological things, it'll feel like magic when you're negotiating. And if you don't believe me, ask the people that are doing $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month, that are doing $1,000 to $2,000 a week in profit, that are consistently closing deals daily and getting people down in price. You can like feel their soul. Because it's how they wrote it, mirror and match. Superman says, because it seemed like yelling at the end of the sentence and not being friendly. It's how they wrote it. It's not congruent with how they're talking. So you guys are right, and there's also another point I just want to point out. You guys are absolutely right. It is mirroring them. The first thing is they're saying thanks, and then they're saying it's with Sprint. So we are mirroring them, which is absolutely true. We're kind of mirroring where the emotion is. Because some people talk like that, right? We as humans, we fluctuate. Sometimes we get serious. Sometimes we joke, right? I mean, think about it. Sometimes you've hung out with like your partner, right? If you got boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband. Or you hang out with a family member or a good friend. You guys might be joking about stuff for a while, right? And laughing. And then you transition to talking about serious stuff, right? And if you got a partner, you might start to get romantic with them, right? And that's a different type of thing. So as humans, we fluctuate through things. And you can see she's saying thanks in response to this, but then she's getting a little bit more business. Now, the other reason the exclamation mark goes here and not here is just like humans fluctuate with emotions, these need to be two separate things. We're saying awesome with an exclamation mark in response to what this customer said with their energy, and then we're getting to the offer. There's a saying when you're making the offer. It says you make the offer and then you do something. Does anyone know what it is? Yes, it's called shut up. So you make the offer and then you shut up. Now, the offer, when you're making the offer, always needs to come from a solid business place. I can give you $200. When you're making the offer, guys, that's kind of like a focal point of the interaction. Would you guys agree with me on that, right? You figured out what they had. They went on back and forth. But the whole reason they're being pleasant with you to begin with and you're going back and forth is to figure out how much you're going to offer. Now you made the offer. Now they need to accept it or they need to reject it. And whenever you make the offer, it's always very serious. It's not like serious like you got to have your eyebrows covering your eyes and have a grizzled face on. but it's something serious, so we would never say it like this. This is kind of kiddish. I can give you, now that you kind of have an understanding of this, because we talked about it for a minute or two, you guys feel how this sounds a little weird? Awesome, comma, I can give you 200 for it, or awesome, exclamation mark, new sentence, new feeling, I can give you 200 for it. Which one sounds better? I can give you 200 for it. I can give you 200 for it. Second one sounds better because we're making an offer, and an offer is always serious. It's an offer. That's how it is. It's how it is. It's an offer. It's serious. That's what we're about. So because of that, and you guys did it right when you guys did it, this is what I would have said. Awesome, exclamation mark. Exclamation mark is also an end of a sentence, so we're acknowledging what this person said, and then we're getting serious. Awesome, I can give you 200 for it. Now, Chris says, I'm not good looking enough for a girl. That's okay. I don't even think you really have to be good looking to talk to girls because, you know, but that's me. You're just conveying motion. Awesome. Not congruent. And then the other thing is we need to be looking at, we need to be remembering the whole conversation. Like Mr. Nathan Great, I love you, Nathan, but instead of making an offer, you said, okay, great, anything wrong with it? If you look at the beginning, this person here, they already said the phone was in perfect condition. So we got to have our brain on and we got to go back to the whole conversation. And if you're talking to a few people and you don't remember everything the person said, you're going to take a couple seconds and scroll through the conversation. And this hasn't been the first time. I did a negotiating conversation like it was a month or two ago, and the person's like, I got an iPhone Max sealed in the box. How much? And the guy was like, any problems with it? And the guy was like, customer said, well, no. It's sealed in the box. It's never been opened. It's fucking sealed. I said it was sealed in the first part of the conversation. That does not make you look like a professional. That's like you go to the doctor's office and you say, oh, yeah, doc, you know, I got a fever. I've been throwing up for 3 days. I can't keep food down. I mean, I'm just throwing up all over the place. And then the doctor's like, oh, okay. Have you been throwing up at all? You're going to be like, what the hell's wrong with this doctor? We got to make sure that we are remembering the whole part of the conversation. And if we need to, we can scroll back up a little bit and see what's going on. Just as, again, kind of a side note. So, okay, all right. Now we got to be a little tougher because last time. Whoa. Okay, hold on now. Oh, wow. That is way. Yeah. I'm going to throw it away. Way too long. I'd rather throw it away. Okay. Oh, whoa. That's way too low. LOL. Yeah, I'd rather throw it away before selling it for that price. Have a good day. So now I need to know the number. Someone rate this. And if you don't know what the number is, guys, the number is worth understanding the 3 levels. And the mini scripts for it is worth the price of Next Level or VIP alone because it will allow you to stay in so many more conversations than you've ever been able to stay in before because it's the 3 levels. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you go find the video that has the levels and watch it multiple times and write everything down. Okay, so which level is this? Dang, David Kennedy's not messing around. He said he's a level 4. 3, 3, 3. All right, everyone here gets gold star. Everyone here gets a gold star, 100% absolutely on point. I'm very proud of you guys. David, Jamie, Yosef, Superman, Frank, Chris, Nathan, perfect. Absolutely perfect. This person is a level 3. They are absolutely a level 3. You guys got that right. You could feel it. Even though they didn't cuss at you, they're like offended and they're leaving the conversation. Have a good day. So they don't have to like cuss at you to be a level 3. As you guys all know, they can just be like really offended by the offer and politely excusing themselves, but they're like mentally checking out. So now let's see what you guys said. How are we going to respond to this? Let's see what you guys said. Oh shit. Oh dang. Okay. All right. You said. Okay. So what we're going to say is, oh, I'm sorry. You said it was an 8+, right? So when they're a level 3, there's 2 parts of the level 3. The first part is, oh, I'm sorry, you said it was an 8+, right? I like to use the phone. You can use the carrier. It doesn't matter, right? Now you might say, Aaron, she said it was a Sprint. Sprint's the lowest carrier. So why would I say Sprint? Well, we guys, us as professional phone flippers, we know Sprint's the lowest carrier, but they don't. They might think that Sprint's all of a sudden that, you're in need of Sprint phone, so you can use any of it. I like to use the phone. That's just me, but either one works. I don't know why. I just like to use the phone. Now, what we do is we want to have it like this. It needs to be O with a few H's. I'm sorry. So let's talk about this. It's got to look like this. Oh, I'm sorry. When you say a 3 H's, I like 3 H's. You don't want to use like 10 H's. That's too much. I wouldn't use 1 H. I would use 3 H's. Use 3 H's because it makes it seem like in real time you realize you made a mistake and you're communicating just like you can communicate emotions like exclamation marks and smiley faces through emotion. You can communicate mistakes. So you're sounding like this. Oh, I'm sorry. Like you just caught yourself. You made a mistake. If you just say, I'm sorry, you said it was a 8+, right? Or whatever it is. I said it, typed it in wrong. Or you just said, you said it was an 8+. Oh, I just did it again. Doesn't matter. You said it was an 8+, right? So let's look at the first one. I'm sorry. You said it was an 8+, right? That is nowhere near the efficiency, and you will not get anywhere near as good as a response of saying, oh. You guys see how this O is so important? It's like you made a mistake, and you're catching yourself in real time. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys understand this? It's very powerful. And you wouldn't say, you said it was an A+, right? Because you need the oh, I'm sorry. What does this do? This is basic 3-level work now. But when you say, oh, I'm sorry, you make it seem like you made a mistake. When you make it seem like you made a mistake, you can then stop them from leaving the conversation and pull them back into the interaction. You're stopping them from leaving the convo, and you're instantly getting their attention again, which is very important because it doesn't matter how good of anything you have to say. As you know, if you don't have their attention, nothing else matters. You're getting their attention. You're pulling them back into the conversation. And then once you have them at least focused on you, at least a level 2 or a level 1, they're probably going to be a level 2. If they were a level 3, you're probably only going to be able to pull them back to like a level 2 or like a 1.5. But when they're back in the convo, then you can start the negotiating process. So, all right. So you said, oh, I'm sorry. You said it was an A+, right? Customer. Yes, it is. Okay. Now what are you going to say to this? What's the next response? All right. Let's see what we got. Absolutely, Nathan. That's right. Yep, the O is huge. Sam says, copy and paste from the script and change the type of phone. Love it. Fucking it's fantastic, Sam. All right. So, just to recap, we made an offer. They didn't like the offer. They fell into a level 3. We said, oh, I'm sorry. You said it was an A+, right? Customer said, yes, it is. Now I need to know what you guys are going to say next. And we're just going to hang out for a sec. Until we get a few more responses. So what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to use Sam's response because it was fucking perfect. So we're going to say, okay, sorry about that. So again, well, I'm not going to type it out. I'm just going to copy it because Sam said it perfectly. So there's no need for me to type it out, and I can just copy what Sam said because it's perfect. So, okay, sorry about that. Maybe do like that. Okay, sorry about that. I read that wrong. So what we're doing is we're diffusing the situation. We're essentially, someone made a mistake, and there's negative energy. There's negative tension they're pulling out. So we're going to put the mistake on us, and we're going to diffuse all the negative tension by blaming us for making it seem like we read it wrong. So just like we say the word "oh" up here, and it's so important, we say, okay, sorry about that. I read that wrong. We blame it on us, and again, the okay, sorry about that makes it seem like, hey, in real time, if someone were talking, this is how they would talk, but we're not talking through words, we're talking through Messenger, but it has the same effect. They get the sense that we read that we made a mistake, and it's all happening in real time. So we say, okay, sorry about that. I read that wrong. I mean, you could do that. These little things don't really matter, though. Okay, sorry about that. I read that wrong. Then we're going to use 2 lines of intent. When do we use intent? We mainly use intent when we need to if there's any tension and we're trying to diffuse the tension in the negotiating, or that's mainly when we're using it. So, of course, them being a level 3, we're going to use 2 lines of intent. 1 line of intent is not good enough here because we got to really work for it and kind of suck up to them. So after we apologize, right, after we apologize to them for making a mistake, we didn't make a mistake, but you guys see how this pans out. Then you say, you have a great phone, and to be honest, I need more 8+. 2 lines of intent, perfect. You have a great phone, and to be honest, I need more 8+. If you just had 1 line of intent, it's a great phone, that might not be good enough. You got to have 2 lines of intent, again, because they're a level 3, and we need lots of intent along with these other things of pulling back into the conversation. How much were you looking to get for it? So ultimately, what are we trying to do? What's the whole point of the 3 levels? What's the whole point of the 3 levels? Yep, so Yosef, that response is perfect. And then I like that, Frank. I would just say I read that wrong. Because when you say I read that wrong, it makes it seem like you're kind of acknowledging that you made an error. Yep. The whole point of the 3 levels, guys, the whole reason we do the 3 levels is to get an offer. So we're hoping now to get an offer. The whole reason we're jumping through all these things, we're doing the I'm sorry with the 3 H's. We're doing the okay, sorry about that, I read it wrong. We're doing the 2 lines of intent and asking them how much is to get an offer. Why do we want to get an offer? What does getting an offer signify as far as the prospect's investment in the conversation at that point? That's right. It shows that they're back in the conversation and they're at least somewhat invested. Because the prospect is not going to stop what they're doing, go into their head, and think, well, shit, how much do I really want for this phone? I bought it for $800, slightly used. I wouldn't mind getting $450 for it. I understand the new generation's above, so it doesn't matter the price they say. I would like to get $450 for it, and then they write it out. When you get the dollar amount from them, you have successfully passed the 3 levels, and then you can move on to the next step in the negotiating process. That's why getting a dollar amount is so powerful. Now, of course, we know what a lot of beginners and intermediate phone flippers do. They don't have access to this information. Is the person will be a level 3. They'll say, well, how much were you looking to get? And the person will say, it's okay. I was just checking around. Thanks anyway. And what happens when you don't get a dollar amount? When you don't get a dollar amount and you get a response that's something along the lines of, hey, it's okay. I was just checking around. Thanks anyway. It's all right. Don't worry about it. I'll just keep it. I'll just sell it myself. And when they have any response that's not a dollar amount, that shows that they're out of the conversation and you've lost that deal. So what we have to do is we have to effectively bring them back into the conversation, keep them engaged, get a dollar amount from them. Dollar amount signifies that they're at least somewhat back in the conversation with us. It might not be fully, but they're at least somewhat back, or else we wouldn't have gotten a dollar amount to begin with. And then we can go on to the negotiating process with them. We're still in the conversation at that point. We can then start the negotiating. And of course, what else we understand is, one of my favorite lines that I like to say all the time is what a customer wants for their phone and what they will accept for their phone are two totally different numbers. So you might say, well, Aaron, why the hell does it matter if I do all this and I offer them $450? So let me ask you guys this. Why does it matter? Why does it matter even if I do all this and I offer them $450? I'm going to offer them $450, but I can only pay $200. So why even go through this? Why go through all this bullshit? Because it's not going to change. I want you guys to combat that objection in the chat. Why even do all this? I mean, shit, I can only offer them $200. I don't know, shit, whatever. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm fairly knowledgeable in this area, I guess. We're kind of all on the path. The reason is two reasons. First of all, we said 200. Yes. The second reason is we always offer a little bit lower than what we can always offer a little bit less. We always offer a little bit less than the max amount. So if we offer 200, we can probably go up to 240, 250. Okay? Right? And you should always be offering a little bit more. So we can always come up. The second thing is the customer, if I'm the customer, I want you guys to understand this too at a core level so you guys, see that it works, is the customer says, I say 450. Well, I offer 200. The customer would like 450, but what do we know? It's my favorite, one of my favorite lines. I just said like 5 minutes ago. Okay? The customer would like 450. The customer would like 450. That's right. What they want and what they will take are two different things. You guys understand that? That's why we do all this. We do all this because what they want and what they will accept are two different things. So if they want 450 and we can offer 200, we can always come up a little bit. Let's say we can only go up to 240 because even though we should have probably offered 180 then, but we can only go up to 240. We can get the prospect down a little bit. There's a chance we can do a deal. Now, are we going to close everyone? No. I only close maybe 1 out of 6 deals myself. I close a fair amount of deals, right? That means like 70% of the deals, 70, 80% of my message negotiations I don't close. But when you stay with this, you'll be able to consistently work when you're running the numbers, a percentage of people down in price by keeping them in the conversation long enough. And if you can, even if you're only closing 1 out of 10 people and you're getting 20 leads a day, but you're able to run these numbers, until your numbers get up a little bit and you're closing closer to 1 out of 8, that's still 2 phones a day. 2 phones a day at $80 profit a phone, that's still over $1,000 a week in profit. We're doing okay. Customer 450. Us. Oh, shit. This is your guys' turn. All right, customer said 450. So we successfully got a dollar amount from them. We've passed the 3 levels. We already talked about why this is important. What are you going to say next? You guys offer 200. Okay. You offer 200. We offer 200. We offer 200. I need to know what you guys are going to do. I need to know what you guys are going to do. I need to know what the next line is we're going to say. Let's see. Sam said something. So what we're going to do is, let's see. I like what Sam said. He's saying how many gigabytes it is first. Chris saying it's a great phone. Would you do any less if we made today with cash? Nate's seeing if they're going to sell themselves. So what we're going to do is we could pause now and we could ask them how many gigabytes it is. That's not a bad thing, Sam. So if you want the gigabytes, that's totally cool to do. I'm not, just because, 96% of the time it's going to be a 64 gigabyte phone. So I'm just going to go right into the basic 4 parts of an effective counteroffer at this point. I could ask how many gigabytes it is, which is not a bad thing to do. And then once we get it, then if I need to, go to the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer. What I wouldn't say, though, is, so let's see. Let's see if I can pay that price. Well, even if it is 256 gigabyte, we're not going to be able to pay that price. So we don't want to put that idea out there. I'd be like, I just get right into it. If we wanted to ask the gigabytes, we would just say, any idea? Shit. We'd want to use some line of intent because they're a level 3 and that tends to linger. So I'm trying to figure out if this is almost too much intent. Yeah, that might be too much intent. Would you happen to know? So I'd probably ask it like this, just really soft, right? Really soft phrase. What I'm not going to do, we're going to go right into the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer. Because what we do is we make the offer. Then if they say no, we go into the 3 levels. And then as soon as we get dollar amount from them, we're going to go into the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer. So we're just going to go right into the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer because that's just kind of standard script, keeps it pretty simple. What would you use that line then? When would you use that line then? If you wanted to see the gigabytes, it would be a good time to use it now. I just wouldn't because, like I said, I know 8 pluses, most of them are 64. Now, if it's like a max 64 gigabyte, there's a higher chance that a max is going to be like 256 gigabyte, right? We run into more maxes that are 256 gigabytes and like 8 pluses. But if you wanted to, you would use it right here. You would use it right here because you brought them back in the conversation. And then if you wanted to, and then afterwards, if they said whatever they said, because even if it is a 256 gigabyte, we're not going to be able to pay $450 for it. Which is totally fine because that's the first thing they want. That's not what they'll accept. And then afterwards, we're gonna transition to a 4 parts of an effective counteroffer. So, what are the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer? I need everyone that knows the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer to write it out because I want to make sure you guys get this. Thank you. Intent, excuse, offer, benefit. So, what we would say is, let's see. So let's see some of the responses we got. It's a great phone. So let's look at some of these responses. So we got what Sam says, and Sam is absolutely fine. It's a great phone. Would you do any less if I make today with cash? We need to suck up to him a little bit more. Would you do any less if I made today with cash? Well, yeah, see, that's not a good one. That's okay. That's why we're doing this, but that's not good. You can't get right into that. You need to, like, soften them up a little bit. You need to have the excuse. You got to use the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer. We're not going to ask them if they've started selling it themselves. We're not going to ask them that because that brings it off topic. We're going to negotiate on the dollar amount. We're not going to worry about that. That might be something, I'm not saying that's not good to say, but you're going to ask them that. They're going to say yes. They're going to say no. Well, we want to stick to the dollar amount as long as we can before we bring up other things. Jamie says, it's a great phone and I'd love to buy it. 2 lines of intent. Why would we use 2 lines of intent there? Because they're a level 3 and it's important. It's just that Sprint's really hard to work with. I wouldn't say work with, but, well, okay. We're definitely, okay, back to business. You have a great phone. You have a great phone, and I'd love to buy it. We're using a little bit different intent. We're using the same, it's a great phone, but we're saying I'd love to buy it. Before, we said I need more 8+. Now we're saying I'd love to buy it. So it's good to switch up the intent every now and then. You guys can go find examples in the back office of me saying it's a great phone like multiple times throughout the conversation. So I use it, but I like to change up this part if I can, and I'd like to buy it. Now we got to use the excuse. We got the intent. It's just that I buy and sell for a living and need to make a little profit. If I was going to use Sprint, it would be, or I could say, it's just that the newer iPhones are killing the prices of the previous models. Or it's just that Sprint are some of the hardest, it's just that Sprint are a pain to unlock, right? So the excuse doesn't matter as long as you have the excuse. Those are like the top 3 favorite excuses that I use. Then what we're going to do is this is the first counter offer. So this is the first counter offer 1. For the first counter offer, and this is what I want everyone to do, I want everyone to start using a soft offer. So you made the first offer, which is actually a hard offer. Then we used the 3 levels. We got a dollar amount from them. Now counter offer number 1, we're going to use the 4 parts and we're going to use a soft offer. Would you do any less if I met you today with cash? And this is right from the script, or not from the standard script, but this is this is from the back office, word for word, of how you handle this. You have a great phone and I'd love to buy it. It's just that I buy and sell for a living and need to make a little profit. Intent, excuse, would you do any less if I met you today with cash? So this is what I want everyone to start using, just because we're going to keep it simple. Now, there will be times when a medium offer is best here. There will be times when you're dealing with someone, especially if they're a level 1, and you're not far off in price. So think about this. If they were a level 1 instead of a level 3, and they said they wanted $80 more, a hard offer might be better here. Why? Instead of using this soft offer, why would a hard offer be better here? If they were a level 1 and we were like $80 away in price. Yeah, Chris, and I agree with Chris. I don't like to use the unlock. I'll use it every now and then, but that's like the first thing you say. A lot of times they will say it's unlocked. And it seems like a lot of Sprint people like to say their phone's unlocked, right? Oh, it is unlocked. Actually, but then I did have someone that said their phone was unlocked, and they sent me the IMEI, and it was unlocked. So, but yeah, it's whatever. But you're right. A lot of times they will just say it's unlocked, and we know it's not unlocked. That's right. So if they were a level 1 instead of a level 3, and we were only a little bit far away in price, then a hard offer would be fine because they're already invested, and that's kind of a strong arm. You're kind of like saying you're putting all your cards on the table, saying, this is the most I can do, that's it, period. But because they're already invested, they only want a little bit of money that has a higher chance of working. Use a hard offer with someone that was originally a level 3, a lot of times they're going to just fall back into a level 3 and you're going to lose that deal. Does that kind of make sense? So what I want everyone to start doing is when you're not 100% sure, if you're not 100% sure on the first counter offer, it should be just like this. Intent. Tell me by the excuse, would you do any less if I met you today with cash? Now, 9 times out of 10, when you say this, they're going to come down in price a little bit. Because what someone wants for their phone and what they will accept for their phone are 2 different numbers. And who gets everything they want in life? No one, very few people I know. I wouldn't say not everyone. I think Grant Cardone kind of gets everything he wants, right? But I think most people don't get everything they want in life. They go to the car dealership and they want to get the car for $8,000 off, and they walk out of it with $2,500 off. They would like to become a doctor and make $400,000 a year, but instead they do some job and make $55,000 a year. You know, they would like to go to the gym and have a 6-pack abs, but they prefer go eat ice cream instead. So if the average, most people, guys, are compromising and accepting less than exactly what they want for most areas of their life, doesn't it just make sense that they would be willing to come down on the price of the phone that they want a little bit as well? Doesn't that just make sense? I mean, doesn't that just logically make sense? When you walk around, you see everyone getting everything they want in life. So why is it that you would ever feel that, oh, the dollar price the customer says is locked in stone? Absolutely not. That's why we can get people down in price. When you use this line, guys, when you're negotiating correctly, you should be getting like the large percentage of people that come down in price. Now, are you going to be able to get them to come down in price far enough to where you're going to buy it? You're probably not going to get the majority of the people too. But when you talk like this, guys, I mean, it should be like 85-90% of the people, roughly, right? Roughly, but a large percentage of the people, when you're doing this right, you should be able to get to come down in price. I could let it go for 400, but that's my lowest. All right, what's the next offer? The next offer is, so the first offer, the first counter offer is 4 parts of an effective counter offer with a soft offer. All right, I need to know what your guys' response is. The second counter offer, us. What's the response here? Yeah, she's a good-looking girl. I'm with you, Chris. Chris, no argument from me, Mr. Chris. Okay, no worries. I like that. So now what we're going to do for the second counter offer, because it seems like we need a little more structure for the script, is we're going to use a medium offer. So the first counter offer is a soft offer. The second counter offer is a medium offer that doesn't have the 4 parts. The 4 parts of an effective counter offer. The first time we make the counter offer, we always use all 4 parts. Not all the time. You'll be in situations, but this is like we're riding with the bicycle has training wheels on it, and once we're good at riding it, we can take it off. But still, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the 4 parts of an effective counter offer. Then after the 4 parts of an effective counter offer, we're going to use bits and pieces on the 4 parts of an effective counter offer. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come up in price a little bit. This is why we always make offers a little bit less so we can come up a little bit. Would you do $225? I can meet you whenever. So now we're starting the negotiating. So now we use the soft offer. Now we're using a medium offer with a benefit, okay? Again, we're not going to use the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer every single time with every counteroffer because that's like a little bit too needy. Then you're actually getting too desperate and you'll be talking too much. So now I'm using a medium offer. I'm coming up a little bit in price, which actually looks fair. Why does it look fair? They came down a little bit. You went up a little bit. You guys see that? That's pretty fair. You can't get to, and the other trick, what's the other trick we're doing as we're doing this? We're trying to make it to where they don't fall into a level 3 and we're keeping them in the conversation. But even someone that's a level 3, are they going to get too offended if we ask them to come down And then we went up a little bit in our price, but we didn't say that's the max we could do. We did it as a medium offer. Would you do 225? Make sure you know the difference between hard, medium, and soft offers, all in your back office. Would you do 225? I can meet whenever with the benefit there. So you got a little benefit, you got a medium offer, you're coming up in price, and then you're in the negotiating. Does that make sense? You guys with me on that? And you guys should know this shit from the back. You guys should know the 3 levels like the back of your hand. You should know the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer from the back of your hand, like the back of your hand. You should be able to give me 3 lines of intent right off the bat. Different excuses. Hard, medium, and soft offers. And if you don't, you're losing a lot of money. I mean, this is like, you're not going to find training when it comes to message negotiation. I don't know anywhere else in the world that's as good as this. And the best part is there's many scripts. I'm not saying read this book or read these 10 books and try to figure it out on your own. I'm saying this shit works. Get these fundamentals down. 4 parts of an effective counteroffer, 3 levels, 3 types of offers. Watch 40 all the different group negotiating trainings, the back office trainings of me using this stuff where I go line by line, where I do it myself so you can see how it's done, and then you're like 90% of the way there. Then, yeah, you're going to, as you're doing it, you'll put different pieces together differently, and it might not work, but, a month or 2 goes by, and you'll be very good at this stuff. So we're going to say, would you do 225? I can meet you whenever. Them? Shit. Okay, what are you guys going to say to this? 350 and you got a deal. Look how they talk to that. Look how they responded to that. 350 and you got a deal. All right, guys, we're getting deep now. Oh, Jamie's thinking. I saw him rubbing the beer for some wisdom. So what I do here, guys, I use another excuse. It's just the Maxes, the newer iPhones are killing the prices on the previous models. You wouldn't do any less for it? And this is exactly how I talk. I want to buy it, intent, excuse, asking them to come down. No benefit this time. So no benefit this time. All right, now I'm going to give you guys a tough one. And people will say this to you. I'm sorry, I just can't. Guys, we're already 10 minutes over, but we're going to finish this off. I'm sorry, I can't go that low. What are you going to say? Whenever they tell me they can't go that low, they can't go down anymore, I always do one thing. At least the next offer, guys, is I'm always using a medium offer. You wouldn't do 240? All right, Chris. So now, guys, whenever they say this, whenever they say, I'm sorry, I can't go that low, I say, you wouldn't do 240? I can meet you today. And then I work them down a little bit more. And then after this, guys, it's getting just a feel. It's going back between hard, medium, and soft offers and doing a combination of these things. But this is how I would want to play it. So I want to recap this because you guys got through the levels good, but after we got through the levels, quick recap, after we got through the levels, we got a little stuck on the counter offers. As soon as we get a dollar amount, your first response, our first response is the 4 parts of an effective counter offer with a soft offer. Then they'll come down a little bit. Then we're going to make the second offer, which is going to be a medium offer with less words. Medium offer plus 1 benefit. Would you do 225? I can meet you whenever. Then 350 and you got a deal. Then, third counter offer. 1 intent, 1 different excuse. 1 soft, medium offer. So does this make sense? If you follow this structure in your conversations, this will get you deep into negotiating. And then it's just a combo of reusing these different things. Yep, see, Annie, I like that. That's right. So does this kind of make sense so far? Any questions about any of this? And then I'm going to show you guys an example of this working. Cool. Well, now that you have followed the structure, if you're blowing it too soon, because this structure right here will get you into, it'll get you through the first offer, and it will get you 3 counter offers in. This will get you 3 counter offers in. So I just want to recap it. Go through this training a few times. I may have recorded it. I'm not, no, I'm just kidding. It's recorded, okay. Counter offer, 4 parts with a soft offer. Second counter offer, a medium offer with 1 benefit. Third counter offer, 1 intent, 1 different excuse, and 1 soft or medium offer. Follow this format. This will now allow you to become deep in each negotiating you have. Some you're going to close, some you won't. When you do this, though, the ones you don't close, you may notice you start to get more people hit you up later, though, when they realize they put it on Marketplace and for 3 days everyone's offering them crap and they want them to ship the phone. You will stay in their head a little bit longer as someone that was real legit. And you won't be as far apart in price probably because you got them down in price. So that's the training for this. Now I want to show you guys this real quick. So this was from Asher in VIP. I want you guys to read this. Is this available? Yes, comma. What do you have for sale? iPhone XS. Okay, great. What company is it with? Sprint. Okay, cool. Are there any issues with it? No, only had it a month. He said, awesome. I can give you $354. This is standard script so far, right? Right. He didn't respond. Excuse me. Didn't respond for a little bit. He said, thoughts. This is standard script. He followed up with thoughts. Guy said, I paid $1,000 for it. That's a little too low. Okay? So he said he treated it as a level 2. You have a great phone, and to be honest, I actually need some more XSs that are with Sprint. What are you looking to get for it? Lowest I'll take is $450. No worries, it's a great phone. Intent. Because I buy and sell and need to make a little profit. Excuse. The highest I can go is $350. Offer, but I can meet you today with cash. Benefit. Came to $450. I really want to buy it. Intent. And I can meet you right now or anytime. Benefit. Would you do $350 cash today? Benefit. Yeah, that's cool. When do you want to meet? Very short time frame. He re-engaged the customer and got them down in price to a price you could agree with. You guys see this? This is very, very good. He posted it in the standard group too, but the reason, I mean, you know, but I just wanted to show it to you. You guys see that? Re-engaged. Treated it as a level 2. 4 parts of an effective counteroffer. And then just a counteroffer, medium offer with benefits, and that closed them. So in like a really short time, he re-engaged them and then got them down in price and closed the deal. This stuff's real fucking powerful, and it works really well, you know, when you run the numbers with it and use it correctly. Chris says, I don't say no worries anymore, and he seems kind of needy. Thoughts on that? I still say it. I don't think it hurts or doesn't hurt. I think it's one of those things, just do whatever you prefer. I think in some situations with some customers, I'll say no worries because it's kind of like I'm on their side. I'm just saying no worries, right? It's no big deal. I'm kind of with you, but sometimes I wouldn't. So I just say it, probably I just get a feel for it. I don't think it hurts or doesn't hurt to have it or not have it. Yeah, that does make sense. If their phone's cracked or broken, saying no worries is a big benefit. Because some people, guys, that have phones with cracked phones or phones with issues, some people don't think that you'll buy it. So when you say, like, no worries, or you kind of, like, let them know that you want to buy it, and you guys have had this. If someone hits you up and they say, hey, I got an iPhone 8 Plus with a cracked screen, do you even buy those? Why do they say that? They ask if you buy it because they don't want to put themselves out there and say they have this phone, and you say you don't buy it and feel rejected. So they're, like, testing the water. Hey, do you buy this? Oh, okay, yeah, this is what I have. So some people, you'll get the feel that they're not even sure, that their phone might be 3 years old and, you know, they think you might not buy it for whatever reason. So sometimes it's just getting the feel of people. Sometimes there's certain people that you actually have to, you got to, like, actually chase them and pursue them a little bit because they're kind of nervous that you might not buy the phone, and they don't want to even invest a lot of time and possibly feel rejected. So you got to, like, really use them. Oh, I love 8 Plus phones that are cracked. Those are, like, I need some of those right now. Those are, like, really fucking hot. I wouldn't say that, but that's kind of the vibe I would get with and I would, of course, convey that with intent and stuff like that. Cool. Fantastic, Nathan. All right, that's what I got. So we went a little bit over, but that's cool because I wanted to get through this. And I want you guys to use this framework now. So now you have the framework. We got up to the offer. If they say no, we got the 3 levels. After they pass the 3 levels with a dollar amount, we got the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer with the soft offer. We got the medium offer with a benefit. And then as the third counteroffer, it is a intent, a different excuse, and then a softer medium offer. Try this out. This should allow you to stay in the conversations more and get deeper in the conversations and get people down in price more. I think this will be very beneficial. Cool. Fantastic, Sam. No worries, Jamie. Well, that's what I got, guys. I'm going to go ahead and head out and go to the gym. Maybe I'll work out. Maybe I'll sit in the sauna for a half an hour and tell myself I did something. Who knows? But it was great hanging out with you guys. I will record the upload. And it was good. You guys are getting good with some of these level stuff. So I think this was good. And I appreciate the participation. I also appreciate you guys being here. I know you guys could be doing a bunch of other stuff with your time. So when you guys are here, I know you guys are serious, so of course I do my best to deliver value so you can level up and do the things you want to do. When you guys get all this stuff figured out, you can make money the money's very consistent. You can make really consistent money. It's great. It's great. It's just putting all the pieces together, and that's what we're here for. So it was a pleasure hanging out with you guys as always. Appreciate the kind words, and you guys have a